Right here?
Right here, wherever you want.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Brian. There's still time to vote down that slate. Anyways, what a pleasure. What a pleasure to see all of you, for all the chapter leaders. Thank you again for your efforts. This is what you can esteem to do someday. So it's all good. I have a couple words I want to say, just share some things and enjoy this. We're right through here. So, dearly beloved, Michael, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. We have mixed emotions tonight about this tribute because clearly you have been an industry advocate for our industry. And I look at this, and we created this magazine cover for Mike last year. We kind of roasted him last year, and we get to do it again, so it's doubly nice. So, but I just think it's amazing all these people paid to honor you this evening. I think that's just amazing. But when I reflect upon Mike's meteoric rise, I see a contradiction, guys. I just see this big contradiction. For example, if you look at this picture, this is last year in Minneapolis. It's a very proud moment for me. I'm on the cover of USAE. Brian's been there, 9,000 times. But it was good for me because I got to do this. But there was a little bit of a missing aspect of it. And what you can't see is that print. I'm going to zoom in on that print right now. You see, for me, it was easy. It had my name there, and my kids were real proud, and they're reading it going, Dad, this is really awesome. Kevin Kirby, principal, Kirby Consulting Group. And then there's this Paul Van Defender, which is like a Marvel comic superhero type of thing. I don't know. So, and then there was my buddy Mike. And everybody knows Mike, so it was kind of confusing. I'm looking here, it says Mike Dominguez, Mike Dominguez, Senior Vice President of Salsa. Wow.
It's real.
So I looked at it again, and I go, wow. And that's shocking because everybody knows Mike, and I don't know if this is a new Smurf market to pursue or his Hispanic heritage is finally paying off, but it was good. I mean, it's shocking because everybody knows Mike. This is a guy that's been on more magazine covers. He's been in more events, more things going on. I mean, really, who doesn't know Mike Dominguez? His notoriety is so vast that NBC had an amazing show this spring called AD. Their biblical series, everyone see that? They came up and they said, gosh, what could we do and who could be that star? Well, it was pretty easy at that moment. They said, hey, let's do After Dominguez. But there's a challenge to this. You see, because Mike is never home, as Paul outlined. He's just never around. And when he is traveling, he's kind of particular about what he's doing, where he's staying. And a lot of chapters, while they're very eager to have him, they kind of get this uneasy feeling when he rolls into the hotel. So you sit there and you go, he has an expectation of class of service. You know, he goes first class or he doesn't do it all. And again, he's no Brian Stevens, but he's there. So, but this constant travel had left him away from his wife and his family, even his Vegas team. Actually, I learned that his office had been added to several of the citywide blocks that had been out there. But fortunately, in his travels, other families took him in. And that's encouraging because he's an easy guy to get along with. Actually, one family in particular felt... I mean, really. Say what you will, I think MGM has their eyes on Buckingham Palace, okay? So looking through this, I'm going, wow, this guy, he's doing it. You know, the good news is that Mike came to his senses, and he's coming home. Well, actually, Marcy made Mike come to his senses, and he said, hey, I'm coming through. And just this week, there was this article that broke in the Meeting Professional. I'm coming home, and I got to tell you, not since LeBron James has this much noise been made about someone coming home. All right. But the real question is, what is he going to do now? I mean, there's so many rumors out there. There's so many things that are going on. And as much as he loves his beloved San Antonio Spurs, there's no question he's a little critical of the coach. He has a better point of view, right? He can call the plays. He can do, oh, Pop, you're doing it wrong. And he just goes on and on. And he also has this new healthy lifestyle thing. He has MGM resorts and everything. And his friend Oprah called him and said, hey, Mike, I think it has potential, don't you? I mean, really, it has a lot of potential for us. But really, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes back to the iconic photo in Minneapolis. Yes, yes, it does. And for the record, Mike has been promoted from senior vice president to CSO. And we all know what that means. Chief Salsa Sauce. And it's with that in mind, and Mike teases me that I've got this little mind about how can we make money on this? How can we monetize this whole thing? So we took the liberty of helping you launch your own new product line.
Oh, jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, you've been in a venue that's launched Google and Apple, Mike's Salsa. Fresh from Texas and spicy like Vegas. Very good. You know, they're big shoes to fill indeed, my friend. And you have been a real hero for me. Thanks for all you've done for MPI, for this industry, and specifically for me. We'll continue to pound the rock, right, Table? All your board members. So thanks so much, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, brother. Well done.
Good job.
You shed it.